There are things about living in Sacramento that you just don't find out until you're here. Some of them are genuinely great surprises. Some of them you'll wish someone had mentioned. I'm Kat Farless, and if you're thinking about moving to Sacramento, our team works with people making this move from the Bay Area, San Jose, San Francisco, the Peninsula, Southern California, and from all over the country. And these are the 10 things that come up most. Number 1, the price difference is bigger than you think. This is genuinely why people start looking at Sacramento in the first place. And until you run the actual numbers on Sacramento real estate, you don't fully appreciate how large the gap is. The Sacramento region median home price right now is roughly $480,000 to $525,000 in 2026. The Bay Area median price range in San Francisco, San Jose, the East Bay, the Peninsula is around $1.3 million. The gap is close to 60%. On a monthly mortgage payment, that difference can be over $6,000 a month, over $70,000 a year. And what that money gets you here is completely different. In Folsom, in Elk Grove, Roseville, Dorado Hills, Granite Bay, we're talking real homes with yards, spaces, and community infrastructure. Not a condo with a parking spot. Compared to Southern California, Los Angeles, San Diego, Orange County, Sacramento is roughly 40% more affordable overall, housing being the biggest driver. And for people coming from out of state, Texas, Nevada, Arizona, the Midwest, Sacramento is more expensive than where you are. We want to be honest about that. But you're getting California, the access, the lifestyle, the weather, the job market. For most people, making that move, the trade-off works. Number 2, the weather. 4 real seasons and what they actually look like. Living in Sacramento means 4 real seasons. And if you've lived in the Bay Area or Southern California where it feels like the same month over and over, that's actually a bigger deal than it sounds. So let's go through it honestly. The good and the not so good. Spring. March through May is outdoor season. Everything is green, the wildflowers are out, temperatures are in the 60s and 70s. It's shorts and sandals weather by April. Farmers markets are packed, parks are full, and people are outside constantly. If you've been living in the Bay Area fog, a Sacramento spring feels like a gift. One heads up on spring though, pollen. Sacramento has a beautiful urban tree canopy, and in the spring, all those oak trees, ash trees, and grasses release pollen at the same time. If you've had seasonal allergies, plan ahead. It's manageable, but it's real. Spring can also bring Tule fog, especially January through March, carrying in early spring. It forms overnight and usually burns off by the mid-morning. Once it lifts, you get a beautiful clear day. But if you're driving the freeways early, Highway 99, I-5, Highway 50, slow down. Tule fog can get very dense. Summer. June through September, Sacramento is warm to hot. Occasional triple-digit days in July and August. It's real. But here's what people don't tell you. There is so much to do when it's hot. In Folsom, people are out on Folsom Lake from May through September. Boating, kayaking, paddleboarding. It's a summer playground right outside the community. A lot of homes in the Sacramento suburbs have pools. On a 100-degree day, a backyard pool isn't a luxury, it's the whole plan. And air-conditioned shopping at the Galleria in Roseville on a hot afternoon is completely valid. And Tahoe is 90 minutes away. In July, when the valley heats up, people drive up to the lake for the weekend. Summer lake camping, boating, hiking in the mountains, it becomes part of the rhythm. The evenings here are the thing people talk about most. The Delta breeze, a cool marine air that pushes inland from the Delta. It drops the temperature significantly most evenings. You can have a 100-degree afternoon and be sitting outside comfortably by 8 at night. One more summer note. Sacramento is not a windy city. Compared to the Bay Area, which gets strong afternoon winds, especially in the summer, Sacramento is calm. The Delta breeze is gentle. You're not dealing with wind that makes 65 feel like 45. The fall. This is the season people end up loving the most. October can still have warm afternoons, sometimes hot ones, but the mornings are crisp. The evenings are cool, and the colors are changing. It's boot season. You finally have an excuse to wear them. Apple picking starts Labor Day weekend and runs through November. Pumpkin patches in October, hot apple cider, apple fritters, corn mazes. It's a Sacramento region tradition that people look forward to every single year. And the Christmas tree farms at Apple Hill open Thanksgiving weekend. Hot chocolate, bundled up, picking out a tree on a cold foothill morning. Thanksgiving itself here is usually mild enough that you might not even need a heavy coat. It's one of those things you don't expect and then end up loving about living here. Winter. Sacramento winters are mild by most standards. Daytime temperatures in the 40s and 50s. It does rain. Most of Sacramento's rain falls November through March. It rarely snows in the city or the suburbs. And while you may not have a white Christmas at home, Tahoe has plenty of snow and ski season, typically running from November through April. Some of the best ski days in the Sierras happen in February and March, and you're an hour and a half away. Sacramento is a sunny city. Over 265 sunny days a year. More than Miami, more than Los Angeles. When people say they don't miss the Bay Area fog, they mean it. Hey, if this is already helpful, go ahead and subscribe and drop a comment below. Tell us what you most want to know before making this move. We read all of them. Number 3, your utilities and why your address matters. The Sacramento region has 3 main electric utilities, depending on exactly where you land. And this is worth knowing before you start shopping for homes. If you're in Sacramento City or Sacramento County, including Folsom, you're with SMUD. SMUD is a community-owned, not-for-profit utility, and their rates are among the lowest in California, significantly lower than PG&E. It's a real monthly savings that adds up. If you're in Placer County or El Dorado County, places like Dorado Hills, Cameron Park, Auburn, Loomis, Lincoln, and most of that foothill corridor, you're in PG&E territory. PG&E rates are higher. If you've been paying PG&E in the Bay Area, it follows you. The good news is most new construction in those areas come with solar already built in. And if you're buying an older home in PG&E territory, solar is absolutely worth looking into. The payoff on those rates is significant. The one exception in Placer County is the city of Roseville itself. Roseville has its own municipal electric utility called Roseville Electric with competitive rates. Short version, ask which utility serves the address before you fall in love with the house. Number 4, homeowners insurance. Talk to a broker early. California has a real homeowners insurance challenge right now. After years of major wildfires across the state, a number of large carriers pulled back. Premiums have gone up. Some areas are harder to insure than others. The core Sacramento suburbs, Elk Grove, Roseville, Rocklin, most of Folsom are not in the highest risk zones, and insurance is more accessible there. The foothill communities, Dorado Hills, Auburn, Cameron Park, parts of Lincoln, those require more attention and potentially higher premiums. That doesn't mean you can't insure a home there. You can, but know the cost before you're in contract, not after. Talk to an insurance broker early in the process. It's one of the most important steps. Number 5, fire season. Know your zone. Living in California means being aware of the fire season. That's just the reality. Fire season in the Sacramento region runs roughly late spring through fall, May through October. The core city and suburbs are not on the front line. The foothills are a different conversation. If you're looking at foothill communities, know your evacuation routes, maintain defensible space, and look up the CAL FIRE hazard severity zone map for any property. Even in the city, air quality can be affected during the fire season. Number 6, the Getaways. The access here will surprise you. This is the one that catches people most off guard after they move here. And this is one of the things that surprises people most about moving to Sacramento in 2026. The access in every direction is genuinely exceptional. On the Highway 50 side, heading east, South Lake Tahoe is under 2 hours. Skiing in the winter, camping and boating on the lake in the summer. But before you even get to Tahoe, you're passing lakes, forests, and camping areas tucked into the Sierra Nevada foothills. Apple Hill is about an hour out on Highway 50, and we already talked about that. And the wine country in El Dorado and Amador counties is right there on the same corridor. Beautiful foothill wineries with views, outdoor settings, and food easy day trips. On the Highway 80 side heading northeast, North Lake Tahoe and Truckee are also under 2 hours. And closer in, Rollins Lake near Colfax is less than an hour away. Camping, boating, and swimming with none of the Tahoe crowds. There are lakes and campgrounds all along Highway 80 corridor heading up into the foothills. The Placer County Wine and Ale Trail, Auburn, Loomis, Newcastle, Granite Bay is right there too. Back roads, boutique wineries, craft breweries, outdoor live music. Most people driving the freeway never even find it. And right here in Sacramento County, Folsom Lake is 25 miles from downtown. Boating, camping, hiking, fishing, it's practically in the backyard. Closer to Sacramento, Lodi Wine Country is just 35 miles south. Old Vine Zinfandel, great wineries, and completely under the radar, even though it's right there. Beyond all of that, Napa and Sonoma, an hour and a half west. The California coast, 2 to 2.5 hours, and Yosemite, about 3 hours. People who move here expecting to give up access almost always discover they have more. Number 7, the food scene, better and more diverse than you'd expect. Most people know Sacramento as a farm-to-fork capital, and that part is real. The Sacramento Valley has over 1.4 million acres of active farmland surrounding the region, and the produce and proteins in local restaurants show it. The Michelin Guide has recognized Sacramento restaurants. The James Beard Foundation has nominated Sacramento chefs. Every September, the Farm to Fork Festival takes over downtown. It's free and 3 days of food, wine, and beer. The food scene here is not just farm to fork. It's a full dining spectrum. Sacramento and Midtown have high-end restaurants, creative kitchens, and great cocktail bars. The kind of dining you would find in any major city. Folsom and Roseville each have strong dining scenes. Casual, upscale, popular chains, local spots. Every cuisine and every price point is covered throughout the region. For people coming from the Bay Area or Los Angeles worried about the food scene, it holds up. If you're still watching, thank you. Drop a comment and tell us where you're moving from. We work with people from all over, and your questions help us make content that actually answers what people need to know. Number 8, traffic. It exists, but it's a different life. Sacramento has traffic. Rush hour is real. Highway 50 into Sacramento in the morning, Highway 80, Highway 99, they back up. But the scale is completely different from the Bay Area or Los Angeles. Most people in the Sacramento region are moving in under 25 minutes on a normal day. Elk Grove to downtown Sacramento on Highway 99 is 20 to 25 minutes. Folsom to Sacramento on Highway 50, about 30 minutes. And Roseville on Highway 80, also about 30 minutes. Dorado Hills, 30 to 45 minutes depending on traffic. If you're losing an hour and a half a day commuting right now, you get that back here. People who make this move talk about getting their evenings back. Number 9, employment and education. A stronger economy than most people realize. Sacramento is the state capital. State government is the single largest employment sector here. Stable jobs across hundreds of agencies, departments, and legislative offices. That stability is part of what has kept this region resilient through economic cycles that hit other markets a lot harder. Beyond government, the major employment drivers are healthcare, education, agriculture, logistics, and a growing tech presence. UC Davis Health, Sutter Health, Kaiser Permanente, and Mercy are all major employers. For healthcare workers like doctors, nurses, and clinical staff making this move, the Sacramento region has real diverse employment across all 4 major systems. Tech companies that have moved east from the Bay Area have been a growing piece of this market. And for people who kept their Bay Area salaries going remote, this region has become a natural landing spot. On the education side, Sacramento State University is right here in the city. It's a major Cal State campus with tens of thousands of students and strong programs in business, education, health, and the arts. And Sacramento State also has an extension campus in Roseville. So if you're in Placer County, you don't have to drive to Sacramento for continuing education. UC Davis is 15 miles west of Sacramento in the city of Davis, one of the top research universities in the country. Veterinary, medicine, agriculture, healthcare. It anchors the regional economy in ways that go far beyond just the campus. When people move here expecting a smaller city with fewer opportunities, the depth of this economy tends to surprise them. Number 10, the suburbs. What to know before you choose. The suburbs around Sacramento each have their own feel, and picking the right one matters. The communities closer to Sacramento give you shorter commutes, more infrastructure, and everything close by. Dining, shopping, entertainment, casinos, and historic downtowns. Golf course communities exist throughout the region, from Lincoln's Catavadera to the courses in Dorado Hills and Granite Bay. Resort-style living built into the neighborhood. The further out you go into the foothills, the more land and privacy you get. Horse trails and ranches, valley views, a slower pace, a more country feel, with the city still within a reasonable drive. The trade-off is commute. For remote and hybrid workers, those communities open up significantly. On the luxury side, Granite Bay has guard-gated estates, horse ranches, and multi-acre custom homes. Dorado Hills has gated communities with custom estate homes and valley views. These are communities where the property types simply don't exist at comparable prices anywhere else in California. People move here at every stage of life. Families come for the space, the community, and the lifestyle. And a lot of empty nesters sell their big house, free up the equity, and buy into a resort-style 55-plus community with pools, golfing, social calendars, and neighbors at the same stage of life. That kind of living exists throughout this region at a price point that simply doesn't compare to anything on the California coast. On schools, every home is assigned to a district based on its address. When our team works with buyers, we always make sure you know which district comes with each property, so you can do your own research on what that means for your situation. Children across the region have access to parks, recreation programs, libraries, community sports leagues, and outdoor activities. UC Davis is 15 miles west of Sacramento. Sacramento State is right in the city with an extension campus in Roseville for people in Placer County. Higher education access here is solid. Figuring out the best places to live in Sacramento, the right suburb for your life, is the most important part of this decision. We have dedicated videos on Granite Bay, Roseville, Rocklin, Auburn, Folsom, Dorado Hills, Elk Grove, and more. Links are in the description. That's what our team helps people work through every day. Bonus, a quick heads up on allergies. Last one, and we'll keep it short. Sacramento has a beautiful urban tree canopy, over 1 million trees, and in the spring, all those oaks, ash trees, and grasses release pollen at the same time. If you've ever had seasonal allergies, plan ahead before your first spring here. It's manageable, but it's real, and we'd rather you know before March catches you off guard. There you have it. The price gap is real. The weather has 4 actual seasons, and summers have incredible nights. Know your utility before you buy. SMUD, PG&E, or Roseville Electric. Get insurance sorted early, especially in the foothills. And know your fire zone. Have a plan. The getaways and day trips, Tahoe, the lakes, Apple Hill, the wine trails are genuinely exceptional. The food scene is real and it's diverse. Traffic is a fraction of what most of you are dealing with right now. The employment base and education options are stronger than people expect. And the suburbs each have their own feel. Closer in for convenience, further out for land, and slower pace. Thank you for watching. We genuinely hope this helped. If it did, please subscribe, share it with whoever else is in this decision, and drop us a comment. We read them all, and your questions shape the next video. If you're seriously considering moving to Sacramento and you're ready to take the next step, reach out to our team. Rich and I work with buyers and sellers across all of these communities, and we know how to make this work remotely. And if you need to sell a home first in the Bay Area, Southern California, or anywhere in the country, we are connected to trusted local professionals everywhere. We can make sure you have the right person on both ends of this move. Our contact is in the description. Reach out anytime. I'm Kat Farless, Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next one.